I don't know if it's important or not, but sometimes like the map helps you understand people's mindsets, you know. So like with the new information, you go, but it's probably why I wasn't talked about too early before I recorded, you know. But you go, if you had to pick somebody out that was from technically the weird side and acted a little different, right? Who would you pick out? Would you pick out the girls that wasn't ready because it was on some, pinky shit, like going on, good woman to woman? Would you pick out the boy to boy, right? Or would you pick out the girl that wasn't ready because, she thought she was a boy, right? And wanted, anal, long story short, right? And was like, I don't accept anything else. Or would you pick out the lesbian bro who basically go, I like girls. I'm not sick. I like girls. But I'm a lesbian. But I'm a bro. So I'm gonna go after only girls that are lesbian in the beginning. Until he picks out girls. They don't care if they're lesbian or not. It's a girl. You made me like you. Or would you pick out the next level up going, she's black. He's black. Yes, inside is gender fluid, but at the same time, right? Where she's a man on the inside and he's a woman on the inside, but they're black, they're straight. Who would you pick out? You would pick out the black people, right? So black people being black people, that means the lesbian bro is still white because it's a white girl, right? The the girls are still white because they're still gay and queer, you know. Um, the the guys are still white because they're still white and queer, right? Because they're gay. The lesbians are lesbians. They're gay, right? And then so the one on top of it all, which is probably Satan himself. I don't know, right? Going right, he's on top of it all, being the second one you go to, right? But if you can get the black people to reach him, right? You get a black woman, and he like, I like women, right? But if you don't care, he's looking on the outside, not necessarily the inside. Like, oh, you a woman. You don't care if you're a black man or not, right? Now you got to figure out if this black man that's a female outside of it is good or bad. Are they the new Satan? Because now you got to think about it going like, and what would they do to the white people that are queer, right? They're white people. And then black people become like the slave owners, right? The black people become the slave owners. So they would technically cross on the language going, oh, white is black and black is white. So that means the gay people were like black people being enslaved. The black people that were straight was the owners, and they was basically being the slave masters, but in the underworld, right? You had to get through all of that, right? Even the little lesbian that didn't like you, bro, right? Or the gay girl that didn't like you because she's like, yo, I don't like girls. And you had these two haters, right? Where the gay people was hating on the girls that was coming up, blocked, right? Said that you stay down until I want you to come up 4, 8, right? Right at 4. That's when black people start kicking in. But you have to 1, 2, 3. You have to stay under them for all that time. On top of the underworld that took the role was basically the lesbian bro. Because he's like, look, nigga, I'm strong enough and I hate them. But then on the other side, you had the girl that was gay, who wanted anal only. So she's like, I don't use the front. So you had these two people over here, right? She's going after the guys and getting them to do that. Right? And then you got the white boy and the white girl, right? The white boy, that's a female going, she's on after the guy to get them to do anal, and then the white girl, that's a male getting the lesbian girls to go after him, and they're like, they were just, we don't like each other, so we're going like, hey, whatever. So you had to save both of them. Think about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you had the people on top of it, which is basically the black people. But there was a slave owner, so there's like white people back in the stories. Right? You know what I mean? So they were like, I'm staying out the way. Why? Because if you was going to save somebody with your energy, who would you go out to be closer? Well, would you go after the queer people, which don't qualify? Or, right, let's say like, the bro, that's a lesbian, whatever. Because the white girl, the white boy, that's like a female. She basically trying to get you to do something else. But the bro, like, he's the closest, right? You know, he can he can convert the white girl to convert the bros, you know. I mean, convert the white boy that's a female to convert the bros. He can get the other white the white girls that's lesbian to eventually go with them, right? If he good enough, you know. So he's on top of that. So they're gonna be the leader for the black people. He's gonna be the plantation owner. He's gonna be a house Negro. Smashing who? Well, smashing the plantation owner, which is probably gonna be a female on top of it because they rule in different sections, you know, in different ways, right? You know what I mean? But it's all how you hear that woman. Because if you're a male, you got a woman mind, act like a man, think like a woman. So right? She's like, I care. But the female that has a man inside is going, I'm going to be on top of this situation. Nigga, nah, man, dude. You know what I mean? Even she's going to be on top of the lesbian bro, right? And if you could switch the genders inside the gender identity, right, then your identity would be now, I'm feminine for the lesbian bro, but she's feminine masculine for the black woman. That's a male on her, but she's switching it up, right? So you have these plantation owners from the slavery of the gay people, the queer people, the lesbians, the trannies, right? But they're all going down a line. Who would you save? You're going to save the black people. Why? Because they can save the other people. They can do it, you know? But if there was evil and they didn't want to be found out, they'd basically just be sent up and down, these green birds, right? These 48s, sent up and down, getting energy, da-da-da, blasting niggas in the back, being gods in the background, right? These 48 gods with their energy, you know what I'm saying? Probably failed a couple of times, right? Didn't care. Ran the underworld. Made money off that. Made people come up that they want to come up and say, hey, like, I'm giving this nigga over here a chance. You can go off the line that I use, right? If I was black, niggas wouldn't know that I'm doing this. You know what I mean? You was white, you'd be under it all. So now you understand the game. So when it came to energy, they was the first one to come up, get the energy, and start building plantations to grow the white people. And once they grew the white people, they sold them off like slaves to the people that was having energy. You know, people that just came up or had energy for a while, trust fund babies, all this stuff. They sold them off. And that became the story.